1 year ago, I was one of 3 owners of a large law firm that had some immensely talented people, had a lot of large cases to work on, and everything seemed perfect on its face. In reality, I was miserable. The way that I wanted things to run at the firm, the culture that I wanted to build, was at odds with the culture that my partner wanted to build and the way that he wanted things to run. In addition to working on cases, I was in a tug of war for the soul of a firm. And fear, really it was just that, kept me from facing the fact that we couldn't coexist. Then on October 24th of 2018, I was at the gym and I felt a heaviness in my chest. I couldn't catch my breath. I was having a heart attack. I needed heart bypass surgery to save my life. Now, have you ever been on a plane and thought about what you would do in the minute or so it would take for the plane to go from 35,000 feet to the ground? The day between me learning about my heart attack and the fact that I needed heart surgery and the day that I had the heart surgery was exactly like that for 24 hours. I had to contemplate and plan for what would happen if I didn't make it. And just as heavy was what would happen if I did. I can tell you, coming face to face with your mortality is the most sobering thing that can happen to a person. What I learned from the experience is that it really doesn't matter what we do. I'm a lawyer. My dad worked in the remodeling business. My mom worked for the welfare department. My grandmother was a waitress. What we do doesn't affect our happiness. It's why we do what we do that affects whether or not we're going to be happy. And when our why is in conflict with the people around us, it's really, really hard to be happy. After my heart surgery, I discovered that my why is to make things better. I knew that my why would never mesh with my partner. The partner that I left a year ago had no qualms about the fact that chasing a dollar and that money was his why. He used to say, "You think it's about the money? You're damn right it's about the money." He was crystal clear on his why. I realize now that I shouldn't have been angry with these people. That I also shouldn't have been ashamed that I couldn't exist in that Viking or victim, win or lose, at all costs, 24/7, go, 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 money, 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 atmosphere. Because I had not taken time to figure out my why, then I couldn't realize that their why was just different. Had I realized this earlier, it would have saved me years of heartache. There's nothing wrong with having money as your why. Lots of people have lots of success chasing a dollar. I've made lots of money. I don't apologize for that. I've taken lots of risk and I've worked really hard. It's just that when chasing money is the primary motivation, That's out of balance with my why, and I can't coexist. Likewise, people whose why is not the same as mine have a hard time coexisting with me. They see me as an idealist, and I see them as greedy. At the times I've been immersed in a chasing money culture, every conquest has left me feeling relief instead of happiness. We would get some of the biggest verdicts in the state, and all I would feel is relief. I'd be able to sigh, I'd be able to breathe, instead of being able to be happy. I actually felt afraid, because no matter how much we got, there was always more to get. No matter how fast we ran, there was always faster to run. I felt hollow. I felt sad. I actually felt ashamed, even though I was earning 7 figures every year. Ironically, when the primary motivation is to make things better for our client and the community, we actually have more success. I still make, and I still do make, plenty of money. And when I'm in balance, and when what I do is in balance with why I do it, and when it's in balance with the people around me, there's much more joy for the client, for the people that work with me, and for me. So, on this 1-year anniversary of a near life-ending event, I guess the lesson that I would like to share is that we all need to figure out what our why is. And you need to do it as soon as you can. It's right there for you to find. It will always dictate your feelings. But if you don't define it, if you don't go to the trouble of figuring out what it is, then you're liable to spend a lot of time angry and sad and even ashamed of your success, like I did. If you look back on your life or your career and you think about the times when you were the happiest, I'd be willing to bet that what you were doing and why you were doing it was in balance. And when you were angry or sad or ashamed, what you were doing and why you were doing it were out of balance. Please share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to read them. I'd love to know that I'm not alone. It's hard to live a life that's out of balance. At least it has been for me. If you haven't found your why, I challenge you to do that. If you want to learn how to find your why, there'll be a link at the bottom of this video. I'm making these videos to share my journey, to show how, in my experience, our why shapes everything in our lives, whether we want it to or not. It's my hope that when you're watching these videos, you find something that helps you in your journey. If you're enjoying the content that we put out, please consider giving us a like below. If you want to keep up on the content, please consider subscribing. If you want to find the videos, you can find them here on this channel, or you can find a link to them at caseyinjury.com. Thanks for watching, and be well.